Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailySheeple.com. This is your news shot. Activist Post has a great piece by John Rappaport. He just wrote about the Australian Weathergate, if you will. There's a lot of weather experts down in Australia have falsified the climate change data yet again, trying to justify this whole idea that carbon dioxide, cow farts, and man-bear pig are behind the earth changes that we've been seeing. And of course, they are not. John Rappaport, being one of my favorite independent media authors, I thought it'd be very important that we highlight this, because this just goes to show you how fake, not just news, but how fake everything that we're fed is freaking fake. I mean, you have to go and dig and read through and see through and use your discernment and basically pull out nuggets of truth from every publication there is, just because it's just all a bunch of hooey oftentimes. He writes, and he starts out with a quotation from Dr. Ivar Gayaever, a Nobel-winning winner of physics, says global warming is a non-problem. He says, I say this to Obama, excuse me, Mr. President, but you're wrong, dead wrong. The computer models just weren't reliable. In fact, I'm not sure the whole thing isn't crazy, this climate change. Think about that. John writes, I've written a number of articles proving the global warming science is far from settled. I've written about the political agenda behind climate change, and it's quite stark. All nations will be ordered, if treaties are signed, to reduce their overall energy production by a disastrous amount. Therefore, the output of carbon dioxide would be cut, and the planet could be saved. But no replacement of carbon-based fuels with solar, wind, or other popular alternative sources could possibly, given present technology, make up the difference and stave off the catastrophic stemming from a major cut in planetary energy production. National economies would falter, poverty would deepen, chaos would expand, and in the ensuing crisis, the globalist forces of order would move in and solve the problem, also known as a takeover of all major institutions of government worldwide. And now, of course, my friends, another scandal erupts on top of a whole pile of prior scientific fraud. The Daily Caller reports that Australian scientists at the Bureau of Meteorology ordered a review of temperature recording instruments after the government agency was caught tampering with temperature logs in several locations. That's right. Agency officials admit that the problem with instruments recording low temperatures likely happened in several locations throughout Australia, but they refuse to admit to manipulating temperature readings. The BOM located missing logs in Goulburn and the Snow Mountains, both of which were in New South Wales. Now, let's be clear, he says. The missing and altered temperature readings actually indicated lower than normal temperatures, which, if reported, would weaken the assertion that Australia is getting hotter. The Daily Mail continues, or the Daily Caller continues, says, the Australian Bureau of Meteorology has been under the microscope before for similar situations. The agency was accused in 2014 of tampering with the country's temperature records because, well, you know, the actual numbers didn't fit the narrative. It's amazing. But don't worry. You know, as far as global warming is concerned, the science is settled, or at least they'll tell you. There must be no reasoned debate about the subject. You know, just start lowering the energy outputs of all countries on the planet. That's the best way. You know, government is very simple. They have one tool in their toolbox, and it's a hammer. And that's what they do. Hulk smash. That's what they do. They have no other means of enacting or enforcing or doing anything else. This is what they do. Hammer, smash. Rights, smash. Everything is smash. You know? Certainly doesn't listen to a man like, say, Freeman Dyson, who has no mainstream credentials except for the following. He's a physicist. He's a mathematician. He's a professor emeritus at Princeton's Institute for Advanced Study. He's a fellow of the Royal Society. He's a winner of the Lawrence Medal, the Max Planck Medal, and the Fermi Award. Now, this is what Freeman Dyson said, quote, what has happened in the past 10 years is that the discrepancies in the climate change models between what's observed and what's predicted has become much stronger. It's clear now the climate change models are wrong, but it wasn't so clear 10 years ago. Says, I'm a 100% Democrat myself, and I like Obama. But he took the wrong side on this climate change issues, and the Republicans took the right side. Now, pay no attention to the whole left-right paradigm thing, because that really doesn't matter. But shut your eyes, he writes, close your mouth, and wait for the lights to dim. The people in charge are the people in charge, and if they don't want to debate, why, they must be right. Because censoring the debate, of course, is always a sign of truth and justice, and the fact that they're winning, right? Now, several unhinged commentators have gone so far as to suggest jail time for scientists who deny the existence of man-made warming, like Mark Morano, narrator and co-writer of the documentary Climate Hustle. Asked the popular American TV host Bill Nye, listen to this, whether people should get jail against, for coming out against the science of a chilling effect, right? Nye said this. This is what he said. Quote, that there is a chilling effect on scientists who are in extreme doubt about climate change. He says, I think it's good. In other words, he loves the censorship when it comes to silencing your opponents. And Bill Nye, of course, understands the proper method of science and scientific research, the whole experiment, replication, rejection, debate, questioning, the way a cockroach understands Aristotle's treatise on logic. Yeah. Make no mistake about it. We're looking at fake climate science. The purveyors don't know the truth. They only care about owning the bully puppet and keeping the dissenters away from the pulpit and profiting handsomely, my friends, from this. You have to remember, there are a lot of scientists whose jobs are on the line, and if global warming goes the way of the dodo, so do their jobs. The press creates fake impressions of consensus. They go out there and say, well, everybody believes in this. And of course, people buy into it. Why? Because for some reason, there are still those people that look at the mainstream media as being some sort of relevant, truth-abiding institutions, which is absolutely crazy. So, climate science, bunk 'em. And now, you've got Nobel Prize-winning physicists that are coming out against it. You've got countries that are catching their scientists manipulating the data all over the world. And they're doing this basically to clamp down on you, to give you less of a quality of life, to give you less, but not for them. Mr. Gore, whose house uses 34 times more electricity than your average American household. So it's not good for us. Good for them, not good for us. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Have a great day, everybody.